Good morning guys, it's Ellis Quarterman from Architect Personal Training. Today I'm going to go through another prep vlog. So today is exciting because it's going to be a refeed day, which means we're going to bump up the carbs. Carbs have been fairly low all week, they usually are. That's part of the diet for fat loss. And usually once a week, it's not always on a set day, we bump up those carbs quite a bit. Okay, so usually we're dieting between 50 and 115 grams of carbs on through the week at the moment. Usually the lower days are the non-training days, and the higher end is the training days. So the training days have gone up since last week. I added in 17.5 grams of carbs on training days after my last video you saw, and then today we're aiming for around 600 grams of carbs, and I'm really quite flat looking at myself yesterday and today, and even so Thursday today, even Tuesday. By Tuesday I would still look quite flat. So the criteria for refeed at the moment is it's not a set day. Usually if I've lost around about 0.8 to a kilo is my minimum since my last refeed, and I'm getting really flat like I am now, I'll refeed again. And this week I've actually lost 1.8 kilos since my last refeed, which was Friday. So it's only been 6 days. We're going to refeed again because definitely need it. The dangers of not sort of refeeding at this point, getting close to prep, is if you let yourself flatten out too much, you can find it really hard to fill out again when you need it for the show. So we're trying to stay as full as possible, as often as possible, while still losing this last little bit of fat. Probably want to lose another 3.5 kilos, 3 to 4 kilos. But then also there's a danger of, well, one, the training suffers a little bit, and then you risk losing muscle tissue, which we definitely do not want. We want to keep as much muscle tissue as possible while losing this fat. So I'm going to take you through my refeed day and hopefully give you some insight as to why we do it and how it works. So here we go, this is meal one. Probably not going to see my face while I like this, but I'm going to go for it. So this is literally just protein porridge and Cocoa Pops. So for the porridge we use instant oats. These from bulk powders. I usually use these to drink with, so they're just literally powdered oats. But if I use them for porridge, I actually find that they digest better than whole oats. 2 scoops of that, and that's 60 grams of carbs right there. And I actually have this as my post-workout meal on my training days. The only difference is on the refeed days I use almond milk instead of water. Getting nice and thick in there. Add some more milk. So I'm going to stick that in the microwave. So that's without putting the protein in yet. So next we're going to weigh out some Cocoa Pops. So 25 grams of carbs from Cocoa Pops. And before you ask, I don't use Cocoa Pops on regular days. These are just for refeed days. I find they fill me out really well. They don't bloat me, so it means I can eat all the carbs I need to, because 600 is quite a shock going from what I'd usually eat in a week. So I'd rather not have that bloating. So 30 grams, let's weigh that out. 29, 30, perfect. So that's how much Cocoa Pops you get. I'm not going to have milk with that, have that dry. So here we go, breakfast time. So I added the whey protein after that. It's whey protein isolate, and it's the only time I'll have flavoured whey protein is when I have it in porridge like this. So I'll have it on my refeed days like today, and post-workout, because it does have a little bit more sugar in and a little bit less protein. Otherwise it's unflavoured in a shake, which is boring, so this is a nice change. So back in the kitchen for meal two. Just got back from having a client. Earlier I cooked up some rice, so that's 2.5 cups of rice in there, which is 105 grams of carbs in total. That's going to be split over 3 meals. So that's all cooked up and ready, and I'm going to have that with steak. So still on steak for now. I mentioned in my last video, soon I'll be switching to turkey steak. It's a fairly lean steak to get them from Muscle Food. You can see there's always just a little bit of fat on there. We want to trim this off. I always do that anyway. But one thing I'll do, if I've lost a good amount of weight like I had this week, so in the past week I've lost 2.1 kilos since last Thursday, which is quite a lot in a week. This close to the show, 4 weeks out now, just over 4 weeks. So what I'll do is actually add a little bit of fat in to my refeed days, because it gets to the point where if I just keep pushing the carbs, I don't fill out as well. if I get really flat like I am now. I don't want it to be from this kind of food. So what I'm doing is I'm actually having a couple of cookies post-workout today, which have a little bit of fat in there. And I'm going to do low-fat burgers, but they still do have fat in them. And I'm going to do those as my post-workout. So when I cook my steak, or cook anything in the pan, I don't actually use any oil because there's always fat in the meat. Any oil you're adding is just extra fat. So especially when you're dieting. Things like beef mince are never going to stick to the pan because there's always fat in there, even if you get the reduced fat like I do. And like I say now, I'm on turkey mince, which actually does stick a little bit to the pan, but you can always get it off. There's still a little bit of fat in there, and the moisture from the meat as well is going to cook. So you see, this is the amount of fat that I've got from that steak. You can't really see too much, but that's still a good 4 grams of fat there. So 35-ish calories, which on a normal diet day you can do without. So here we go, here's what meal 2 looks like. Steak, we've got rice in there, so 35 grams of carbs from rice. I also have peas on my refeed days, which don't actually usually have during the week. And the sauce on here, one day I get to play with sauces on my refeed day. So this is the first time trying Jack Daniel's sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, so it smells really nice. Oh my god, that's amazing. That is so good. I love Jack Daniel's, and I don't drink at all, ever. You know, being a bodybuilder, you can't really drink. But if I do ever have a drink, on a rare occasion, usually it's like once a year. I've been 2.5 years without drinking before because of bodybuilding. Not necessarily that I wanted to drink. You know, if I want to, I will. I just usually don't want to. But if I ever do have a drink, it's always Jack Daniel's. So this is meal 2. I'm going to finish this off. I've got one more meal before training. So back to the kitchen yet again, meal 3. Got some turkey mince here. So this is from Muscle Food. Refeed days make me hungry, man. It's like as soon as I start adding in those extra carbs, I crave it all day long. I just can't wait for the next meal. So this is turkey breast mince with rice again. And I've got a little bit of a dilemma because I've got a few of those nice sauces. This, with the Jack Daniel's I had with meal 2, the barbecue glazed smoky sweet, really nice. That was really good. But then I've also got classic Incona chili sauce, mild sweet chili sauce. And then we got the Nando's peri peri medium marinade. So I don't know which one to go for. Probably say the Jack Daniel's again if I had my chicken meal, because that would be good. So it's between these two. My mind is saying Nando's, but my heart is saying chili sauce. Fuck it, I'm going with the chili sauce. So there we go then, that's meal 3. Turkey mince, 35 grams of carbs from rice, and then about 5 grams of carbs from the sauce. I'm going to eat this, and then this is my pre-workout meal. And then I'll show you what we're going to have post-workout, which is the biggest meal of the day. About 230 grams of carbs in that, so that's going to be good. So I'm just making up my post-workout meal now. I've had my meal 3. So what I've got is 2 bagels. There's one there, one I'm just going to put some marmalade on in a minute, but I've got marmalade on. And that makes 4 with the marmalade is about 100 grams of carbs. Then Cocoa Pops there, 75 grams of carbs worth. And then this is a little granola oatmeal bake sort of thing, which I'm going to put in with the Cocoa Pops. So this is one of the little treats I'll have if, like I say, I've lost a lot of weight and looking particularly flat. This has got about 18 grams of fat in as well. So, and it tastes fucking good. So just one of those, break that up in the Cocoa Pops. And we had this with a shake as well, so that's just going to be unflavoured whey isolate, nothing special. And so today is pull day, so that's back, rear delts and triceps. So you're not going to see any of that, you're just going to see the food today. Hopefully I'll get some training up for you soon. Okay guys, so we're done training now. I've been back for a while, but I've had my post-workout meal. It was a struggle actually. I felt really bloated eating the bagels, so I left one of the bagels. That's going to be, we put that with my shake later. So we're probably going to be about 30 grams of carbs down today. But we'll see, I'll carry on the rest of the day. If I need to add some more in the end, I will. Anyway, on to the next meal. So more rice. This time we've got chicken. So 35 grams of carbs from rice. I'm going to choose a sauce, and then that's another 5 grams of carbs. Here's one I made earlier. So I cooked my chicken breast yesterday, so that's all good to go. So I'm going to eat this, I'm going to go to work and I'll catch you later. So back in, evening time, meal 6, which was 2 scoops of whey isolate in a shake with the rest of the bagel that I didn't eat from post-workout. And now my hunger's gone up again, and this is what we got. So 2 burgers, low fat, reduced fat chips. With the buns, they're 30 grams of carbs each. So 2 of those, 60, 70 grams of carbs from the chips. So that's 130. And then a bit of ketchup in there as well. And with the burgers, you see the signature is putting on an egg, and it's amazing. A little bit of ketchup in there as well. So I'm going to polish this off, go to bed. The reason I've got so much here is it's still looking really flat. So I'm debating whether to keep him refeeds or not, but this has been a refeed day and it's served its purpose. I'm filling out a little bit. I'd like to fill out a little bit more with this and then see how I am in the morning and keep on losing some fat. So we've got 4 weeks now, just over 4 weeks, and I'm pretty confident. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.